Woot Peters, thank you so much for coming out to the show, buddy. Snow Obsidian, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Marcel Bartz, all the familiar names. How you guys doing? Echo in the Furs. How you doing, buddy? Those 30Ks will get you, bud. I know. It turns trading into a horror game. Feels like I'm playing Resident Evil. Yeah. I'm about to kick it off, guys. Make sure you get in that Discord. So tonight's going to be an open conversation. Oh no. Are we live on Twitch? Uh-oh. I hope not. Gonna let it roll here for a few minutes, see if anybody else wants to come on in. I'm gonna fire up Discord. And I want to see some explorers sitting inside that Atlas room. That's what the speculation is, Colin Rogers. That is what the speculation is. I look at it like this. Super Mario Saga, thank you so much for joining the show, buddy. I really appreciate that. I look at it like this. So check this out. Sean Murray, on one of his recent blog posts on his website, said that they had some larger content updates for the future. My argument is, how much features left for the PS4? With the PS5 right at the end of the year, holiday season. People are going to be rushing out, purchase them. Now, not everybody all at once. But I feel that that large content update in the future is in the not-so-distant future. Coffee pot is not set up because I had to stop drinking coffee. I started getting really bad heart palpitations. The power is always going out. It's worthless setting it. I started getting heart palpitations real bad, so I had to stop drinking coffee. Let me get this music turned down a little bit more. Yeah, nice low level. And we'll turn down the Atlas beat a little bit more too. Go back to the chat. Andy Wynn, thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it, man. I feel that big update is coming August. I smell it in the air. I do too, man. I wouldn't think it's too far behind, or too far past August. You know, I mean, there's not much future left in the PS4, and he said there's a large update for the future. So, I mean, put two and two together, I think we're going to get a large update pretty soon. Next gen is right around the corner. People are going to start writing off the PS4, getting the PS5, getting the new Xbox. And, I mean, what are they going to do? Update it after the fact? It's almost like updating it for a dying generation. You know? So if there's a large content update in the future for No Man's Sky, as per Sean Murray's mouth, or fingers as he typed it, it's between now and the PS5, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, that's right, Thunder. That is 100% right. Man, I can't get this music at a decent level. It's too loud. There we go. Got too noisy there for me. So I'd like to have you guys call into the show tonight. It's going to be a very open conversation. Whatever you want to bring to the table. I, right now, currently... we'll go ahead and take a look at it here in a second. See if this works. Currently, I am on this very beautiful planet. I just wanted to show you guys here real quick. Let me go ahead and... gotta get the controller. I'm not used to having a controller anymore. Been using keyboard and mouse for all my gaming, except for No Man's Sky. This lovely, snowy planet with liquid lakes. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that down in there. Beautiful cave. Wow. Just a cave just down here, just waiting to be explored. I just had to show you guys. I tell you, you put down No Man's Sky for a little while, and then you pick it back up, and it's like a dopamine release. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just had to show you guys real quick. This is currently right where I'm at. I was over here on the mountain just looking over top. Playing two different space games makes me appreciate them both in two very special ways. This reminds me of Gene Roddenberry, you know, the original Star Trek. Such wonderful, fantastic worlds. Colorful, brimming with life. There's some life right over there. Right there down by my ship, which is now buried in snow a little bit. Hey, you back off that ship, buddy. I'll shoot you. No, don't! Oh, he wants to get me bad. He wants to bite my ankle. He wants to bite my ankle. Go ahead, jump off. Go ahead, jump off. He wants to. Whoa. Whoa. Hi there. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I promise. Just a beautiful world. I just wanted to stop and show you guys just real quick. You just sit up here and just watch the clouds go by. It's like being stuck in some sci-fi painting. You ever seen the movie What Dreams May Come? It's exactly what No Man's Sky reminds me of. Get a ship! Get a ship! Wrong button! Okay, alright. I just wanted to show you that real quick. I gotta get back to reality here. I think I pushed all the right buttons. Let me get back to the chat. Everybody probably already left. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? How's everybody out there doing? Revenge of the Survivor, those Foundation survival days were dope. Thanks, buddy. What's up, Procedural Traveler? How you doing, man? It's good to see you in the chat. Matt Barrett's there. He tried to yeet himself off a cliff. That's right. Trekkies everywhere. It is a nice spot, Vilmar. It is. And so, you know, I've played two very ambitious space games. And what I've been able to walk away from that is my life wouldn't be complete in gaming if I didn't have both of these games. And soon, I'm going to be adding Elite Dangerous to the mix in 2021. Because they're going to let me have my legs, finally. I'm going to be able to get out of the ship. I won't have to feel like I'm Professor Xavier flying around in space. I'm going to be able to get out. I love space games. Love them all. Problem is, these are such time-consuming games. Maybe not so much No Man's Sky. You could pick up No Man's Sky for like 15 minutes, if that's all you got the time for. But when it comes to Elite Dangerous and it comes to Star Citizen, my goodness, you better have your calendar cleared. But, I just wanted to show you that planet. I just love it. I love it. It reminds me of Bellari 5. It reminds me of where I built my base in survival mode. You are Godsmack. What is going on, dude? How you doing? The Elite update might just be just the thing to get me to try it. I mean, it's about time, right? Hey, Cobra, have you played Dreams yet? No. But I'm gonna. Because I got a game I want to make. What are you running, Cap, man? What's your stats on your PC? What is, how much RAM? What's your graphics card? And, do you have an SSD? Yeah, I'm gonna play Dreams. My goodness, yes. Such a big delay. I've been streaming a lot over on Twitch. I stream on Twitch every Tuesday through Friday. Oh my god, Aaron, you better call in today. I miss you, dude. God dang you people! You're the reason why I came back. I tried to lead a while back, says Procedural Traveler. It didn't connect with me, but for sure, I will be trying out again when Space Legs drops. I agree, buddy. I agree. Catman, I didn't get your PC specs. Oddly enough, I know a lot about PC now. As you see, there's no PS4 here anymore. I took the PS4 and I gave it to the kids. I bought a SATA 3 SSD to play Star Citizen. I have a Radeon RX 480 and a Ryzen 5. Ooh. The graphics card and processor might be a little low. I don't know about the graphics card because I don't know about Ryzen that much. Or I don't know about the graphics card for AMD. See, I don't know, but you got the SSD and you got the RAM. But the game, yeah, it's got to be on an SSD. It has to. You have enough RAM, so I'm not sure, man. Ryzen is processor. I don't know AMD. I do not know AMD. I went with for the very first time, I bought a supercomputer, right? I spent almost $3,000 on a darn thing. I got the X570G master motherboard getting put in it, and 32 gigs of RAM. It's got the Ryzen 9 3900X. And I only put the 2070 Super in it because I'm going to swap it out for the Titan later. So, enough with talking about PCs and talking about Star Citizen. We're here to talk about No Man's Sky. Open conversation today. I have worked my butt off all week. As you guys know, I canceled the Subcast last Friday because of work, and I've not had time to prepare any show notes or anything like that. So, like many times before on the old channel, the show's going to heavily depend on your topics and your conversations. Remember, this is the #1 radio show in No Man's Sky. It's the #1 radio show in the galactic, in the galaxy, of Nuclear Galaxy. So, call into the show tonight. I see Snow Obsidian's already in the Discord, and I'm going to get, hopefully, Aaron will call in, but I'm going to go ahead and go into the Discord now, and we'll just have a conversation. So, pop on in, guys. Atlas 102.5 FM. Just pop in there. Say hi to me. If you can't stay long, that's fine. I'm sure we can find something to talk about, and if nobody shows up, then, well, you guys are stuck with me. You guys are stuck with me. Snow Obsidian. How you doing, buddy?
I have been doing very well, good sir.
Good, man. Very good. How's Crystal?
How did you manage to say that?
I guess I'm growing up.
Not me. She's doing good. She's doing good. She's on the bed right now.
Okay, all right. Now we've gotten into too much territory. Too much TMI. TMI, buddy.
Hey, I'm not on the bed with her.
So let me ask you a question. When's the last time you played No Man's Sky? Honestly. Give me an honest answer.
Oh, fudge. It's been too long. I've had so much, pardon the language, crap. I know it's not exactly a bad word, but so much stuff happened to me that's all in the negative.
Yeah, no. We had 2 apocalypses almost happen here. You know, with the human malware.
COVID.
No, don't say that on my channel.
Okay.
Not allowed to say it.
Okay.
That's why I said human malware.
Fair enough. Human malware and...
Oh, and every capital in the United States burning to the ground for a short while.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But I've had my own disasters. I'll put it in 2 words. I'm homeless.
You're homeless right now?
Mm-hmm. Stuck in a homeless shelter.
Why?
I've been scammed. I lost my home, lost my job, lost my identity, lost my bank account information. All of it.
You were scammed?
Yep.
By who?
I don't even know who. I don't know who this person is.
Okay,
they
hold on.
stole everything from me.
But you don't have your own house. You were living with your parents. So did they take the house from your parents?
No. Once they realized I was scammed and I lost everything on my own account, they booted me.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Now,
because I was too susceptible to scammers, and they didn't want any problem with having. Yeah. they didn't want to be a part of it.
Ah, man, there's got to be something else to that story, man, because if my kids were scammed, I would say, well, you learned from your mistake.
That's what I did, too. I learned. I learned not to trust anyone but myself.
I'm sorry that's happened to you, buddy. I really am.
Yeah. Well, shit happens. Life likes to shove you onto new paths.
The Discord link, it's in the description, buddy. Let me pull it from the description. Hold on.
But yeah, I mean, I worked through it. I am currently in the process of finding a job. So once I get that situated, I'll be able to find my own place and be able to sustain myself, finally. Because I'm already 20 years old. I should know how to do this already. I mean,
Yeah.
I've spent 18 years in the past, before I turned 18, readying myself for this point, and yet 2 years after adulthood, I'm still not in that position.
So are you staying out of trouble?
Yes.
There's got to be a lot of trouble near you.
Not really, other than... Well, not really, actually. I'm just trying to look out for others, and that's my issue right now. Is that they feel it's none of my business to look after them.
Wait, so you're looking after people and they don't feel like you should be?
Yeah.
These are
I mean,
people that you met in the homeless shelter?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to help them out, help them with this situation, and they're just denying it. They deny all assistance from me.
What are you trying to help them with?
Just sticky situations, you know?
Are you turning
Just-
yourself into a hitman?
No. What I mean by that is that whatever their issue is, whether they've been trying to think of an example here. Like, they had their stuff stolen. I'm trying to help find it for them. They don't want my help.
So you're walking around like John Wick looking for people's stuff.
No.
Are you flipping over tables and looking in random strangers' dressers?
No. That's the thing. The staff members tell me to, well, basically butt out of it. Keep my eyes
So
on
the
my own work.
Staff members are getting stuff stolen from them, and you're trying to help the staff members.
No. Okay, let me put this in terms that may be easier to understand. Residents have things stolen from other residents. Staff member tries to fix it. I try to bring myself forward saying, hey, if you need any help, let me know. I can, ask around, see if anyone knows anything. Resident who has things stolen and staff member says, sorry, no, because it's none of your business. Does that make sense?
Yes. I think
Okay.
Snow needs to look out for himself.
Yeah. That's what everybody else has been telling me.
Well, if a lot of people are telling you, maybe there's, where there's
It's
smoke, there's
hard,
fire.
It's hard. It's very, very hard because I look after the well-being. I look after the well-being of others before myself. It's natural to me.
That's a good person. You're a good person. But
And
sometimes you need to take care of yourself first before you get into trouble.
you make a good point. Yeah. Anyway, enough of the doom and gloom. How have you been doing?
You know.
Yeah.
I went off and I lived in another universe. Another galaxy
Exactly.
far, far away for a little while. I'm still there.
A long, not quite a long time ago, but
And
I guess.
I thought people would stick around. I thought people would come with me. Some did. And I missed so many people. And the number one reason why I started this is so I can talk to these people again.
Yeah. But back to the original question of how long ago did I play not Star Citizen, No Man's Sky, it was just before crossplay, I think.
Oh, so not too long ago.
It was, yeah, it's been a while though. It feels like forever.
Right.
Although, remember Cyberpunk 2077 and now they keep delaying it?
Yeah, the gameplay doesn't look that good, man.
What?
The gameplay doesn't look that good.
Well, that's horrible.
Well, I mean,
And I haven't seen any gameplay.
there's a new 15-minute gameplay teaser of actual gameplay. And it's a little bit downgraded from what we've seen a while back with V going in, taking that woman out of the bathtub. You remember that gameplay trailer? It's nothing like that anymore. I mean, it's almost just like when Watch Dogs was showing their gameplay trailers, and then Watch Dogs came out, and we were like, "What?" It's not that bad, but it is. It was a for someone like me, the last thing I seen was V pulling that naked woman out of the bathtub, and I totally didn't go back, wasn't paying attention to anything, and then all of a sudden the other morning I saw that there was a new 15-minute gameplay trailer, and the only thing I could think is, well, okay, it looks good, but what the hell happened?
Yeah. But
it does look amazing, Vilmar, but go back and watch the original gameplay. Go back and look at it. It's nothing like what they showed us the other day.
Yeah. However, a tweet that Cyberpunk 2077 put out was a potential leak of PS5 having backwards compatibility.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that. Which means if PS5 has backwards compatibility for certain games, who knows, maybe No Man's Sky is one of them.
Oh, yeah, come on. No, well,
I know. Tinfoil hatting, I know.
There's a lot that Sean Murray and the gang that they didn't get a chance to do with No Man's Sky.
No, they didn't.
They designed it for the consoles, and
that's what limited
they
their
pushed the limitations of the PS4. I mean, I remember when I first started playing No Man's Sky, my PS4 at the time sounded like a 747 jet trying to take off. I'm like, it's never made that noise before.
Like a vacuum turned on turbo mode.
No, it's not the footage. It's the art, Vilmar. The art changed. Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vilmar, the art changed. Just do a side-by-side comparison. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Excuse me.
But yeah, I mean, backwards compatibility, No Man's Sky, PS5, yeah, probably. But they're working. Sean Murray said they're working on something that's insanely, silly ambitious, crazily ambitious. So don't know what that is just yet. It could be another version of No Man's Sky, maybe not called No Man's Sky, but something like No Man's Sky that pushes the limits to the next generation, and maybe they're able to do everything they wanted to do with No Man's Sky. Or they could create a next-gen version, but that would essentially separate the universe that they're building now.
Yeah.
But, that's a good point, too. Hold on a second. Ooh, wait a minute. I just got goosebumps. Why the hell would they introduce crossplay now at the end of the generation?
Whoa.
Think about that. Why would you do it now at the very end of the PS4?
That's an excellent question. And, with Sean Murray, everything has a reason. Everything he does leads up to something else. So, what's Sean Murray planning?
PS4 and PS5 crossplay.
I better hope so. But there's got to be a bigger picture here. Sorry if you hear any background noise. I'm not exactly alone in here.
That's okay. Don't worry about it, buddy. I know you're dealing with quite a bit of a mess there.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anybody who joined the Discord. Guys, call into the Discord. Get on here. Talk to me for a little bit. I'm only going to be on for a little bit today. Oh my God, Black Note is in the freaking room. You're muted.
Yes, I'm in here.
There he is. What's going on?
What's going on?
Long time no see, Black Note Studios.
You've never seen him.
Getting the
I
band
could've
back together,
sworn.
man.
That's
I
right.
have sworn I've seen him before. Wasn't he with us when I was introduced as a brony?
What?
No. You've never seen him. Long time no hear.
That's right. What's going
Well
on?
played. Very well played.
No, I didn't create it.
Well played. Admit it. Just take it as a compliment.
All right. You're trying to help. I'm not going to refuse it. Aaron, what's going on, man? How you been?
Well, not too bad, man. You know,
I see you
living
doing well with the podcast. I keep seeing it popping up on where is it? Instagram?
Oh yeah. It's
Is that you? I know that tone. Is that you promoting it?
Huh?
what? All right. Well,
So-
I mean,
I
to
don't
me,
know.
I
I'm
mean,
just talking foobar right now.
What have I always done with everybody that's come on the show? I've promoted literally everybody that's come on the show.
that's exactly right.
People in the Star Citizen community find it so freaking odd. They go, "Oh yeah, yesterday on my I'm sorry, Cobra." I'm like, "Sorry about what?" I was just gonna tell you about something that happened on my stream yesterday. I'm like, "Well, tell me what your stream is. Give me a link. Let's share it. Let's all follow you." And they're like, "Are you serious? What?"
Y'all. This is Cobra we're talking about. Hello.
Yeah, they don't know yet how I like to
Yeah, I
share
know,
the
I know.
community around.
Everybody seems to be. It's every man for himself in other communities. This one right here, we mean it when we say we're a constellation. Everybody connects to everybody.
Procedural Traveler, if you're still in the room, I'd like to hear from you, buddy, if you want to pop in. So Procedural Traveler and Procedural Traveler, Sword, have been holding up the No Man's Sky community very, very well.
Yeah, Sword's been
Yeah.
doing a great job. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
indeed. Yeah, I am actually often amazed by their dedication. I mean, I know for me, I love No Man's Sky. I mean, we've all been there since 2013,
16.
2014.
14.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
true that. Sorry.
VGX.
Yeah, man.
And like we've had a huge run all the way up till release. And then after release, all the updates, they just kept on coming, and we loved it for a good, I'd say honestly, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But and this is nothing against No Man's Sky in any way whatsoever, but with all video games, no matter what, you kind of need a little taste of something else somewhere along the line. I mean, we're all human. We're gamers, man. That's what makes us gamers.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of people that I run into, they like to tell me that, oh, No Man's Sky looks dated. And we got to think and remember that the game was being created back in 2011, 2012. It was just getting started. The engine was being made back then, 2012.
Yeah.
And so taking a picture of the gaming time back then, the gaming era back then, what was considered amazing. And it still is amazing to me, but as far as looking dated, it was started in 2012, and they built on top, and they made Planet Generation look better, and they built on top of what they already made instead of completely wiping it and starting all over 100%. So it really makes me like excited inside when I think about what they're working on right now. You know, what this next ambitious project is. I think about it all the time, and I remember a long time ago when I first started covering No Man's Sky, one of the first things I did was I went to every person that was on their following. You know, I'd see, okay, Sean Murray's following one person, Hello Games. Hello Games is following this person named Hazel.
Yep.
I went to Hazel, and I went and seen who she was talking to, and then, you know, all these people, and I would see what they were saying to each other, and I was picking up information that they were just talking to each other openly on Twitter, and that's how I got a lot of my information, and they're not doing that now.
No.
They're not talking to each other in public anymore.
No. You know, I often wonder in terms of their big, ambitious game and everything. Because, you know, Skyscraper, or No Man's Sky, was Sean's, that's his coup de grace. You know, that's the big one for him. That was his dream since he was a little kid. Mm-hmm. So the question then becomes, and this is what I'm kind of been pondering for the past while, is what's next? Is it a space game? Is it something completely different? Because we went from, you know, Joe Danger to No Man's Sky. Completely different game, completely different genre. So does he do that again?
I don't know, man. I
almost want to say that the next one's not going to be another No Man's Sky. Like, I think Sean's he's got all these ideas, and he's gonna push. He's gonna be ambitious. He's like, well, you know,
there was a
PlayStation.
There was a interview a long time ago when someone said, will there ever be a No Man's Sky 2? They said, what's after No Man's Sky? And he said, well, we got to be working on No Man's Sky for a long time, even after it's released. So I'm not really thinking on the next project. He said, however, I could imagine something that would be really fun and really exciting to make is a, not a universe, but a very large map, a very large playing field. That they could take all that procedural generation technology and cram it into that.
See,
and he said sort of like an RPG. So that could be next. I mean, think about what they could do if they tried to tackle something like Skyrim.
Yeah. See, with their, because a while back, I mean, they did start their whole Hello Game Studios where they're actually going to help a bunch of other games out and promote them and do whatnot like that. But I really think that Sean has locked himself in another room with 3 other guys again, and they're hunkered down for the next year, and they're really working on, you know, whatever they're working on, and the rest of the team is doing No Man's Sky. That's how we got the last Campfire. You know, the 2 guys kind of split off and did their own thing and did the last Campfire.
Right. Yeah.
And the rest of the team is just kind of, we've gotten the okay from Sean to do cool things now that we want to implement and that the community wants to implement, and that's our drive, that's our mission. Whereas Sean, he's the overseer and he okays things, but I don't really think Sean's involved. I really think Sean's doing this new ambitious game, and that's his vision, and that's what he's doing from now on. Like I said, he may come in for a team meeting once in a while and say, yep, that's a cool idea. Yep, let's go with that. Yep, blah, 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 blah. But, okay, you guys are good. See you later. I'm back over on my game.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly how it's going. I mean, you saw that war room. And I'm not going to accept the fact that could possibly, you know, consider the possibility that it was for the last Campfire. There's no way Last
No.
Campfire, I think, is in it's almost done. That looked like that planning room, just like we saw when we used to go back and look on the walls when they were making No Man's Sky.
Yep.
You saw all the pictures up on the walls. They had very very small workstation in there. It was more than 2. It was like 4 seats plus another computer over to the left.
Yeah.
And I mean, whatever they're working on, I don't think we're going to see it. Probably not even for another year, maybe.
Probably.
I still think it's a long ways away, but man, I wish they would say something.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they gave us a tease, and it'll be interesting to see how long they do push No Man's Sky. It's interesting that you said why would they push crossplay at the very end of the generation, and that is a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
It's you have to think that, okay, PS5 and the other consoles, Xbox, they're not coming out until January-ish. And from past
they'll
console,
be out for Christmas.
Right. They're saying November, December. But from past consoles that usually when they release a new console, there's maybe 20, 30 games that are available. And of those 20, 30 games, there's a handful that are decent that you actually want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's usually another 6 months, something like that, until games start rolling off the shelves that are actually kind of cool. So that buys another half a year. That's another summer. So we're looking at maybe next summer, possibly. And I don't even know that Hello Games is even ready for next summer. So maybe, possibly, they're looking at, who knows? You could be looking at next summer. You could be looking at next winter. But if that's the case, when they push out the game next summer, next winter, even a year after that, that's a good long time where No Man's Sky can still be updated, still be pushed. Even though the new console is out, it doesn't matter. They're still pushing PS4 and still getting ready for their big release on PS5.
I'm going to hold my reservation to say that it's, even though he said he didn't want to do it, it's a continuation of something just like No Man's Sky. Think about all the things they wanted to achieve, and damn well they wanted to achieve more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew people were going to be upset. I remember watching this interview. It was right before the game came out, and there was this guy. He was a developer. He was one of the ones that we never got really to see that much, and I can't remember the guy's name. And he was doing like this little talk, and he was like talking about animals and their bones and building it with joints and stuff like that and procedural generation. And he was the animator, right? He was in charge of like doing the animations for him and stuff like that. And anyways, someone at the end decided, and he goes, we generate these from these base models.
Yeah.
Someone at the end was like, how many base models are they being generated from? And he goes, he breathes, and he goes, I don't know if I'd get in trouble for saying this, but 12.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
What the heck? No.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, they were limited. And I don't think I know Sean Murray probably tosses and turns and says, man, I could have done this, I could have done that, but we couldn't. I could have done this. And I really feel like that egging feeling that eats at him is going to make him make another version, either No Man's Sky Next Generation, No Man's Sky 2, or another game in the same vein as No Man's Sky.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Look how many Joe Dangers they made.
Well, that's true.
Look at that. True. Look how many Joe Dangers they made, man.
That is true. That is very true.
Coming from a guy that says he doesn't like to make sequels.
That's funny you say that. That's funny. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. They're a much different team than they were back in 2013-14, man.
Yeah.
They're a much different team.
They sure are. Man, they were like a little rock band back then.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
Yeah.
I remember seeing this one interview. It was so weird, and I don't know if you've seen this one. It was really rare, but it was with when he used to go by Hazel back in the day.
Yep.
Okay, so she was sitting there. She looked all grungy, like she listened to Nirvana. You know what I mean? I remember looking like, all right, yeah, we probably listen to the same band. It's cool.
Yeah.
And Sean Murray was off to the side, and there was two other ones off to the side, and it literally looked like an MTV interview, right? And they come right at Hazel, and then she started talking about the game, which she never speaks about the game, right? And she's sitting there speaking about the game, and literally, I'm like, oh, cool, we get to hear from Hazel. And she was saying word for word exactly the same stuff we've always heard Sean Murray say. And I was like, what? It was just such a bizarre, like, weird... in my mind, the way I remember it is that there was fisheye lens, when they were getting real close to her face and moving the camera around. I know it probably wasn't, but that's just how my mind recorded it, like some kind of MTV interview. But it was just, it was really cool.
Yeah, I miss it, man. I miss those little, little bits, those little tiny little throw out little pieces of information that you could at least dig for and find. You had to dig for them, but you could at least find them. There was a little morsel, and you could, speculate over for another couple days, a week, and those. I really think that's good for any game developer to be able to get the community to stir and talk about your game and speculate. And I know also there's also, the developer would hear me say that and say, no, because you get in trouble. Because people speculate and they hype things up, and then you don't deliver, and then you get, the worst game of the year. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, but they're in a much better place now where I think that they could do it very strategically.
I don't think we're going to hear about this new game until it's gone gold. Like, it's going to be such a bizarre thing. Like, look how we find out about these updates. It's like, hey, we're working on an update. 2 days later, we got the update. I'm like, well, come on, let us have a chance to talk about it for a little bit,
Yeah. Well,
and
that's the one thing that I'm. Again, nothing against Hello Games or Sean Murray. I totally believe in their vision and everything that they're doing, and I understand why they do it. But I also believe that that's what divides AAA from indie developer. I think that indie developers have a tendency to communicate with their community and have fun with their community, whereas AAA just kind of hold back and say, nope, we're going to keep it a secret the entire time, and here you go. And all of a sudden you kind of have it, and you're like, okay, that's cool. But for me, and I would assume for a lot of the community, No Man's Sky community, man, that 2 years leading up to release was some of the best, if not the best times we ever had.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. You remember when I got in trouble by Hello Games when I was given B-roll footage, and I had my co-host was Bookshelf Gaming at the time, and they gave me this B-roll footage to use in my videos. They were just being nice because I was supposed to get an interview with Sean Murray himself that year. Something messed it up. It was Matt. Yeah. Well, we're not going to talk about that. But so he, or I'm sorry, I meant Pat O'Brien, or whatever his name was. Whatever. Right. But anyways, so he gave me this footage, me and the HR guy, we were talking back and forth, and he goes, here, you could use this for the backdrop of your videos. I said, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And because IGN was using it, Kotaku was using it, Paper Rock Shotgun was using it. And so they gave it to me, and I downloaded it, and I played it, and none of us heard really ambient game sounds at this point. Right. We didn't hear what we didn't get to see a character walk around for 10 minutes and different settings and just hear the sounds and see the sights. And so I was blown away. I called Bookshelf Gaming. I'm like, you got to see this, listen or hear this, listen to this. And we were just sitting there just like jaw dropped, man. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Nobody's playing the sounds. IGN's not playing it. Kotaku's not playing it. People need to hear this. So I went ahead and it was a 2-hour video, so I didn't just upload it by itself, right? So I played it at the very beginning. I'm like, guys, you got to hear this. And I let everybody hear it. And then we had a podcast for 2 hours after that, going through every frame and every sound in that B-roll footage. And I woke up the next morning, and there were people messaging me all over the place, man. They're like, "Oh my God, IGN wrote an article about you, Cobra. Kotaku wrote an article about you." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm clicking on these links, and one of them said, "Normally in the game journalist industry, when you're given B-roll footage, you don't just upload it so that people can hear it and see it. But thankfully for one YouTuber, Cobra TV." He did, and we thank you. And I'm like, what? And man, I was getting like thousands of subscribers per day. People were coming by the channel, and then all of a sudden, I sifted through all the freaking spam I was getting from all the, the notifications and stuff, and I seen one there from Hello Games, and I click on it, and I'm like, oh no. And he was like, Cobra, why did you do that? Why I didn't? You're not supposed to do that. And I messaged him. I said, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. And he goes, but I meant for the background of your videos. And I said, yeah, I used it for the background of my video for 2 hours. and then he goes, but not at the beginning. And I'm like, but I just thought that people would love it. And he didn't answer me. And the next day, I woke up to a message from him, and he goes, you're right about one thing. They did love it. It was just a good time, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's their fault. You can't give something to Cobra TV and not expect it to be
tell me I couldn't let people hear it.
Right.
That's crazy.
There's a difference between hearing and seeing.
Come on, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Like he didn't say he just let them see it. Don't let them hear it.
Yeah. Well, especially when we were combing over every morsel. I mean, again, we've joked about it before, but, look at that rock. The rock and, and the shape of that rock. I mean, we were combing over everything.
Yeah, I got the video still. I could probably find it. It's one of my most viewed videos.
Gosh.
What? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just what you said.
Yeah, I honestly think that's what separates an indie developer from AAA. I really think that's what feeds the community. Mm-hmm. I wish we had that back, man. I wish we had morsels to kind of play around with and tapes to listen to, packages and certain people from the community receiving things, and that was the bomb, man. That was it. That was
That was what's going on.
The ARG, I mean, that first ARG was like, oh man, good night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I agree, dude. It was fun, man. Listening to those weird radio stations.
Oh man, I mean, that day that one commercial came out on some island off in the Pacific or off of, I don't remember where it was, somewhere near Africa or something like that. They had this weird, messed up, crazy commercial that was all about bringing the dead back to life, and I was like,
yeah, dude. And could you imagine what those people were thinking?
Right. Like just the pure imaginative. Like, who does this? That's awesome.
So, this is where you got to check your memory. It wasn't a 2-hour podcast. It was a 23-minute podcast. But I found the video. And, I was not good at editing back then at all. But there's the video. Yeah, those were good times, man. It was.
Yeah.
What's up, Phil Cartoons? How you doing, bud?
So I guess question for you, it would be, now that you're back, you're playing, do you see, okay, a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
I know you're a keyboard and mouse guy now, and I know you said that it's too hard, but do you think that you might want to, just like with SC had a pretty big learning curve and you had to figure everything out, do you think it would be worth having some fun trying keyboard mouse with No Man's Sky?
I don't know, man. I was using the controller earlier. I was playing for No Man's Sky, and it was just like second nature to me for No Man's Sky. But
Right,
I used
but
the
that's what I'm
controller
saying.
for Star Citizen.
Do you think you'd
I wanted to throw the controller away. It's a weird thing, man.
just the way you've learned?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, we should. I've been asking this for almost every single podcast when we talk about No Man's Sky. Bring
So-
back the Thunderdome,
A Thunderdome. Yeah.
or at least have something that I can shoot. You know.
So, I don't know how many of you remember the Galactic Thunderdome. The Galactic Thunderdome, right? Well, the man that took down Snow. God, I always get their names mixed up. The one that took down Snow, his name was Grey Legion. Well, he talks like a
It's got
Japanese samurai. He's over the top with his role play. And, well, I hear myself. What is? Oh my God, we got a donation. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I can't do this. Who's doing that?
Not me. I don't know who the heck this is doing that.
Okay, well, it's gone now.
Okay, you sure?
I think so. Well, anyways,
Okay, good.
Great Legion, the man that took you down, as you were
Uh-huh.
the undefeated champion, the man that took you down is now in Star Citizen. And
I
he's
know.
my arch enemy in Star Citizen.
Oh,
Yes.
enlighten me.
Oh, I've got him back for you. I've taken him out.
Seriously?
Yep, I travel. Let's see, what planet? I think it was Hurston. I think we landed down on a planet called Hurston, and I followed him into a cave, and I took like 8 people in there with me. And he backed himself into this corner to where he thought the only opening was a bottleneck. And he kept killing my guys, my soldiers. We call ourselves the Cobra Force. And my guys kept trying to go through this tiny opening in this cave, and he kept killing them. There's no way we can get in. And then this guy, his name was Don Solo. He found a back way and went up over top of Grey Legion. And he's sitting there and he goes, he's talking to us on comms. He goes, I can see him. He's right below me. He's got another person with him. And I'm like, all right, take him out. So he aims his gun down at Grey Legion's head. And he goes, click, 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 click. He goes, oh, I got to load the gun. He loads the gun and casually just pumps their freaking heads full of lead. Boom, 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 boom. It was such a cool moment.
So it wasn't you who took him out. It was
Oh,
Don
I've
Solo.
taken him out since then, too. I mean, we've killed the guy like 8 or 10 times.
Wow.
So we got him back for you.
Thank you. But it's not the same, my friend. It is not the same as destroying him with my own hand.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah, I definitely want you to either A, find a way to bring the Thunderdome to another universe, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, or bring it back.
I think we should bring it back for a little bit. Do a couple rounds and see what happens. But we need to get you into a place where you can have a PS4.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, there's a thought. Oh. Yeah, but the problem is I don't have a PS Plus subscription, and that is required to get my data back. Because I don't have access to my PS4 anymore. It's gone. As in...
Oh, Demok.
Gone.
Hold on, let me think. Demok Smash. Demok, thank you so much. It didn't give me a notification because I didn't switch over my notifications because it says something very specific for a different channel. And so I'm really happy that you said something in the chat there. Thank you so much, Demok. I appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah.
I really do. It means a lot to me. I don't take it for granted. Thank you. I'm glad now I know who it was from. Thank you, bud.
Yeah. Much appreciated for the donation to Cobra TV.
Yeah, I started recording Thunder. I started recording a video today. Return of the Survivors, what it's going to be called.
Yes.
Not done recording it just yet. But I'm super busy nowadays. I do 40 hours of streaming a week, live streams.
Oof.
And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Indeed. Yeah.
Ooh,
But
so
ahead.
so Snow isn't worth Jack in the Thunderdome without his legacy multi-tool, huh? I don't think he is, actually, to tell you the truth.
Here's the thing, I still have it. It's just locked behind a paywall.
Yo
And that
just
paywall is
says,
called a PlayStation Plus subscription, and it's a whole mess.
yeah, it just says, what has crossplay, no NMS update done for everyone? Has it caused you to play NMS more often? Do you play with a friend? I haven't played with anybody. I've probably put about, I don't know, since the last show that I've done, maybe 10 hours in the game. Maybe.
Yeah, I honestly have not played NMS since before Abyss.
Yeah.
I just need, and that was actually my next question to you in terms of what, if you could have anything, what do you think this game lacks? It's got everything. They've brought so many community ideas to fruition. They've actually done so many things to the point where there's been a lot of, community members that say it's not the original vision anymore and blah, 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 blah. But it's what the players want. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said, I want ground battles. I want to be able to come over a ridge and just see like this huge battle going on. And that would be just really cool. But even then, I just don't, what's it going to take for the team to do in order to pull that interest again? The pull, what's flawed with the game? What does it need? What is it lacking? I know we say combat, and I know the malevolent force that was supposed to be there still isn't there. And if they bring that to the game, does that change things? Does that really make you want to go play more? Or is it different biomes? Or is it, what is it? What is it about? I can't place my finger on why isn't, for me, this is just a personal question, but why isn't it for me? Why don't I want to keep on going back?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things that have you tried to go back?
I have, but then it's just like I get in my ship and I start flying around and I'm like, I've done this.
Okay. Here's my suggestion. Start a survival save.
That's what I do. That and I do survival and permadeath.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, I don't know.
Captain Steve, welcome.
I'd like to offer an answer.
Go ahead.
For me, what I think is lacking is more. Hey,
Hi, buddy.
For me, it feels like it's lacking depth. For example, I would say depth in variety and also depth with regards to quest-like features. Like, for example, after I've gone to my third frozen planet, it's the same as the first two and beyond. And so I don't feel a good need to explore to see different sites. And also when I'm on a planet that I find nice, something that I'd like to spend some time in, I don't have a lot of different things to do. Like there's no, like if I'm playing with my friend, there's no cave for us to go explore with some creatures in there that could be strong enough to kill us. There's no potential loot to find in these caves. So there's no like dungeon type stuff to do and quests to do together and have some reward for that.
Right.
Can I tell you guys a story real quick?
Go for it.
This is
You
what...
got lost in a cave?
No, I did, but no. This is what No Man's Sky is missing from me. Now, cringe factor, because I'm going to say Star Citizen, all right? Now, just hear me out. Hear me out. When I first started playing the game, I was doing a simple box delivery mission.
Yep.
And I went down to this illegal stash house on this, what planet was it? It was, I think it was Ariel, Moon. And I was streaming live. And I delivered the box, got my UEC, got my money. And then I was getting ready to end the stream. So I'm telling the stream, hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the stream here. Thank you so much for watching. All of a sudden, my ship blew up. Just kaboom right in front of me, and these explosions are just impactful. Just blew up. And I'm freaking out. Like, what the heck? And this black ship comes landing down. It was a player. And I'm like, I'm screaming at him, you know, I'm using the plus key, and I'm saying, I'm shouting, saying, hey, don't hurt me, I'm new, I'm sorry, I'll leave, you could have the place, you know, I'm new, please don't hurt me. And right in front of me, boom, he blows up. Just blows up right in front of me, and he's dead. And then all of a sudden, right above me are these two alien ships with two players in them. They're called Banu Defenders, and they sound so amazing when they're flying around. They sound like a bug. And they're flying over top of me. And I just take off running. And they knew that there were two ships there. They knew they just killed someone who was a bounty that they were hunting, right? So I go running, and I hide. Little did I know, I was hiding underneath of a light pole. And they can't see my marker, but they could see me if I had a lot of light on me. So they're cruising around, and they're trying to look for me. They're patrolling the area like crazy. So I find another piece of garbage to hide under, and they do it for another 5 more minutes. They're patrolling the area, and then they leave. So I get out from the garbage, and I go over to where my ship is, and I'm like, look what they did to my ship. And I noticed I could get in the door. It was on the side, right? I could get in my door. Half the ship was gone. So I got into it, and I'm like, well, what happens if I sit down in my cockpit? So let me see if I can turn it on. So I sat down in my cockpit. Some of the thrusters were working, especially the back one was, and a couple of the side ones. And I was able to boost with the side ones and put it up like a freaking space shuttle and go right off of the moon. I went right off, went out into space. And I thought to myself, okay, I need to find a space station to get my ship repaired. Where can I go? I couldn't believe I was in the ship and it was flying after all that. Yeah. So I'm in the ship, and I'm looking for a space station.
Right, then.
Oops. Sorry. That was voice attack. Sorry, guys. So I'm looking for a space station. I can't get to one. They're too far away. So I decide I'm going to go to a planet called ArcCorp. And so I went to ArcCorp. It's a planet that's covered in all city. And as I go down into the planet, I break the atmosphere, and I realize that I'm falling. I have no bottom thrusters. My ship cannot hold itself up. So the one little thruster I had on the side, I kick it, so I go back up like a like a space shuttle, go back out. Now all of a sudden my engines are stuck. I'm barreling at real high, fast speeds. I can't turn anything off. Everything's broken. And somebody in the stream was like, I'm in your server. I'm going to come save you. So I was like, okay, all right, cool. So he's going to save me. So he got into this big ship, and he started heading towards me. He got out of the hangar, went out through the atmosphere, got out into space, and he was coming towards me, coming to help me, but my ship was fast. And he goes, you got to slow down. I can't catch up with you. I can't get you. And I'm like, I can't stop the ship. So the only option I had was to open up the door and run out. And I did. And my ship just took off, and I'm out there floating in space. And he had to find me. This little teeny tiny guy, me, right? In the middle of space, in the black space. And he did. He found me, and he rescued me. That is a story arc that all took place emergently. Just all happened all together. The problems with the ship, it was almost like it was all scripted, but it wasn't. It was like a mission that you would have to go on. And to me, that's what No Man's Sky is missing. Emergent gameplay.
Yeah.
Captain Steve!
Audio chum, how you doing?
Hello there, Mr. Cobra.
Steve! Scuba Steve!
I'm in. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good. This is the old days.
Huh?
Like the old days. Hello.
Just
like the old days.
Yep, exactly like the old days. We got Yautja, we got Snow, we got Black Note, and Captain Steve.
Thunderdome definitely come back.
I think you got a noise gate on because you keep cutting out like a bad Wendy's drive-thru operator.
Oh no, not Wendy's of all blinking places. Yeah, I need to sort that out.
Wendy's is better than McDonald's.
Well, we don't even have a Wendy's over here. I think they do in Ireland.
Well, don't hate it just because you can't get it.
What is that skull on your desk with the cobra coming off of it?
Oh, this cobra's my desk pet. It's a cobra. And then the mask is something that I don't know, a couple Halloweens ago.
That looks quite cool.
Yeah, I like my cobra.
Oh boy, he's turning into one of me.
No, that's impossible. I think they only made one of you.
How are you doing, Snow? How are you keeping?
Ups and downs. Mostly down.
That's not so cool. Crystal's
doing alright.
So, Steve, now we got you on the call here. What is your speculation about Sean Murray's large content update in the future versus the PS4's lifespan is almost up?
Have you seen on their website under where you contact us, I think it is, or where you can actually find out about their job descriptions? Right at the very bottom of there, they say that they've opened a new office in Cambridge. It's in the same place, well, close to the Elite Dangerous team. I don't know whether that's just coincidence.
Really? Right next to Frontier?
Well, it's in the same town. It's in Cambridge. If it's in the science park, it doesn't actually give an address. That's the thing. And I've been trying to Google all over the place. I can't find the actual full address for their Cambridge office. It has just appeared on their website in the last couple of weeks.
Fascinating.
Nice.
On their YouTube channel now, on the Hello Games YouTube channel, on their merch tab, it says coming soon. Is another thing that's quite interesting. But anyway, back to your question. So what do I think's happening with next gen?
What we should do is put in a resume and act like go all the way into like even being interviewed over the phone for the job to get more information.
That's right.
And then they hear Cobra's voice.
No, I wouldn't do it. No.
You should though.
No,
it'd be a nice little fun thing.
If I was forced into doing it, I'd
have to go in there just like this and say, look, Sean, I really want a job. You gotta give it to me, okay? I was in a movie. It was, what was it? I was an Oompa Loompa in Willy Wonka. And I did the plane. I did that stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
We're gonna get you to do voice acting for all the get here and there.
Oh, yuck. No, man. That's gross.
Yep.
They sound like really small butthole farts.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
Yeah, wet ones.
I'd say Hello Games have probably had the PS5 dev kit for some time, and if they've seen No Man's Sky with ray tracing, I'd like to think that we're going to get that.
Yeah. I mean, well, of course we're going to get ray tracing in almost every game that's going to come out with the PS5.
There's something you might get, a backwards compatibility that might take advantage of the graphics set at launch, hopefully, and maybe something in the future, but who knows. But you wonder if now they've got two offices, whether they might be working on something in secret. I know you put up some pictures of their war room, which
An
quite possibly was
undisclosed
their war room.
location.
I think that's the office inside Guildford, because that's the same
Yeah, that's
office
the
that
Dolphin
they had.
address, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know, man. I mean, there's just why crossplay at the end? I mean, it just seems weird that they're putting so much effort into something that's, yeah, it's going to have crossplay. But I mean, they're not going to sell extra copies for the PS5 and the new Xbox. So what is the incentive? Because every time they do an update, they sell a lot more PS4 copies. They sell a lot more Xbox One copies. They sell some more PC copies. But when they go into PS5 era, if it's backwards compatible, I don't know. People already have it.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
Now, here's an interesting question. Didn't on Sean Murray's Twitter say that they remapped the net frame, whatever it was, the network mainframe, so that crossplay could be enabled? If they've updated that mainframe, couldn't that mean that they also, and if they had access to the dev kit before, couldn't they have already done it?
The what? Done what? Hello?
Hello? Done.
Hello?
Done what, Snow?
Snow. Okay. Snow has left the building.
Okay.
Ooh, testing. Check one,
we
two.
got you. We got you, buddy.
That's the second time now. First it was audio, now it's input audio. Okay. They may have already completed crossplay for PS5 and just haven't released it. They haven't advertised it.
Well,
Hello?
yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the network is going to be pretty similar for the next gen. You know what I mean?
I mean that
Because all
they've
we're really
already
talking about
done
is
it.
servers, right?
True. Yeah. Then again, it's all tinfoil hat stuff.
Yes, it is.
One of their latest interviews, I think it was on GameStop, somewhere like that, they said that the year 2020 is many exciting moments. Rather than saying updates or anything like that, they use the word moments. So I was wondering whether that might be alluding to play. That really is speculation heavy.
Well, we've seen quite a bit in 2020 from them. I mean, already. But the fact that he said on that blog post, larger content updates in the future.
I mean,
just makes
how
me
much
think.
larger can you get than Beyond?
Next
Infinite?
was, I think, bigger than Beyond.
No, I think
Beyond gave us wires, which I tried to get Sean ready to
and
return
we
my
all
wires.
tripped over. And we all tripped over the wires. Let's just put it like that. So yeah, I think next was actually the biggest stable update we had, because Beyond it was wee.
I loved
I'm
Next. That
asking
was
why
my
I did
favorite
that.
update.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of size, you can't get much bigger than Beyond, other than one potential update. Well, oh my
Well,
gosh.
larger doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be big. It just means
Right.
it's going to be larger
True.
than what they updated. So,
Well, there's a thought that was never confirmed or denied. I know it was part of the ARG, but remember the term Phoenix? It was never
there was a lot of
implemented.
stuff from that ARG that never got used.
Yeah, a lot.
Exactly. So maybe there might be something that may. Again, this is super Saiyan speculation, mind you. Something from the ARG might be making a return. I don't know.
They would never
But-
use Allison Smith again. They have the ability to now do it in game. And am I seeing? I haven't been doing any community missions week.
That's
Are they trying to
true.
kick off a little ARG right now?
Oh, the
Possibly
NPCs has gone
in
missing.
game.
Yeah, the NPCs.
You got a point. He makes an excellent point there, Cobra. NPCs going missing. I've only been updated by the news, so I don't have much information from the inside.
You want to speak on that, Captain Steve?
This weekend, they actually mentioned that there's a giant freighter that sort of sits in between suns in the dark space that we don't use or traverse into. That's where Ariadne is gone. One of the travelers in the traveler lore, because I've added lore to all the travelers now as well that you find in the stations and things. The traveler that mentions this giant, strange freighter that lives in the darkness as well.
Interesting. And there's some more lore to add on to that, because if what they mean by the darkness between the suns is a black hole, there's lore inside the game already from crashed freighter logs about black hole.
In this week's, it says you're staring into the abyss as you give the sacrifice to please the abyss. So they're calling it the abyss. I know we've had a previous freaking update called the abyss, which doesn't help because it makes it really confusing. The abyss in
does.
Greek mythology is like what sits in between the realm of chaos and the world that we're in is the abyss. Where all these travelers are in this other alternate realm.
Like in Limbo.
Limbo is exactly it in the Bible or other religious doctrines. But Limbo is kind of the abyss, the river of Styx, or shenanigans.
Or the realm in between.
Kind of nod.
Oh my gosh. Back onto the ARG. I don't know why I keep going back to that, but remember the ARG, how we took, what was it, 11 people from the simulation back into reality or whatever that was? ARG speaking, of course.
What are my thoughts on NMS? What do you mean by that, daddy and kids gaming? What's up? What do you want? What kind of thoughts do you want? Because we're spilling out a whole bunch of thoughts right now.
Yeah, our minds have gone far, far, far into the blue, into the left field.
I don't think we've gone too far. I think they're doing something in game.
True that.
How many? Okay, so how many? If we're talking about a couple of updates into the future, which they've confirmed, they've said as much with their words. Let's just say we get 3 updates. What? 3 to 5? Sure, why not? What do those look like? What are we looking at in terms of the next 3 at least updates? Are we looking at a combat? Are we looking at
Another space overhaul?
Yeah, variation. Are we looking at space? Are we looking at what are we looking at?
I don't think you're going
might
to see
have
variation at all. I mean, for them to do a combat update, I think that's very feasible. It's combat and trading have barely been touched. Those 2 pillars.
Yes.
No, I have an idea.
I agree with that. What about variation? Why do you say no variation?
Yeah, go ahead with that.
Okay, Snow.
I don't know.
Because I think they've pushed it as far as I think they can go right now.
Not entirely true. Remember Rayrod, how he said that only 20% or 10% of the engine is only being used?
Yeah. I mean, but why is that? Is it because of the PS4?
That is a likely theory.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking that too, so I guess my question is, do you think they would do more variation once it's on PS5 and
I
beyond?
really hope so. I think so. I mean, I think that's what when he was talking about being able to use the whole 10 teraflops thing, he had like he had a little slobber coming out of the side of his mouth.
I think that they probably didn't use mathematicians that they wanted to perform it like they showed the New Yorker back in the day, because that patent was still valid from John Gayes. Now that's expired. I'd like to see that we'd get some generation on some of the planets. I'd like to hope, I'm fingers crossed, that 4chan leak might have had some sort of
I think there's a good possibility. I really do. Because you're right, it did. The patent did expire for one. Number two, the 4chan post originally was right about a couple of things. So I don't know, maybe the 4chan is actually Hello Games, trying to do little ARG themselves, just a tiny little bit, get us talking, get buzz going. Maybe it is them.
I don't want to close the door on Variety, but every single update I've been like, here comes the Variety. And
I
then there's
know,
none.
man. I know. Me
I'm
too.
still waiting for those procedural dungeons.
Me too.
Sam Wayne.
Amen to that.
Somebody donated $10, and I want to know who it is so I can thank them. So if you could make sure you let me know in the chat there, I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I have a question, Cobra.
Yeah.
And if this is not the right subcast for this question, let me know, and I'll hold off until another one. I'm thinking about No Man's Sky and Star Citizen. I know they're both space games, but I know it's like apples and oranges. Would you be able to name a couple things that No Man's Sky has that Star Citizen is missing, and also vice versa?
No Man's Sky has multiple star systems, as multiple galaxies. It has places that you can go and start your journey and end up somewhere far, 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 far away. However, and it's got wildlife. Everything that I mentioned, though, is coming in Star Citizen as well. And I'll get to a final point, which is the reason why we need both games. But Star Citizen, even though it's one star system right now, it's going to be 100. The star system that we're in is so big. It is so massive. You couldn't even walk around one of these planets like I did in 16 hours in No Man's Sky. You can't. It's impossible. They're just huge. It has.
Are you able to do it at all?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody's ever done it. I don't know.
Challenge.
You can do it. You can do it, but I just don't know if anybody's ever had the time to do it. Okay, Procedural Traveler donated $10. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It was Democ that did. So what separates the two is in Star Citizen, it's immersive. What I mean by that is there's no menus that take you out of the game. If you have to interact with something, you literally walk up to a monitor and you control the monitor. So they try so hard not to take you out of the game and into a menu. Everything takes longer to do. From the moment that you get up out of your apartment and you walk down the stairs, or you take an elevator, maybe you got to take a train to take the train all the way to the spaceport. Then you got to get off the spaceport. Then you have to go to the spaceship terminals, call your ship, and then you have to take an elevator to your ship. Get out of the hangar, that could take a while. Getting out of the atmosphere, that can take a while. Those are selling points to me,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's immersive, and that's what I love about it. It puts you in the game as a person in this universe. No Man's Sky, you could pick up and play 15-minute chunks, 20-minute chunks, an hour chunks, 5-hour chunks. It doesn't matter. It's fast-paced. It's ready action. It's a very good survival game. They're both games are fight, trade, explore, survive. Both of them, same things. But No Man's Sky is such a fantastic fantasy world that is ready, pick up and play. There's no. A lot of people would say it's monotonous to do what I just explained in Star Citizen. But some people want that. Some people need that.
Yeah.
The ships is something I never foresee Star Citizen ever having. I mean, No Man's Sky ever having. The ships are easy to fly. You just have to watch out for your speed. You can get up, you can walk around in them. Parts break down in them. You can repair them. You can upgrade them. The ships are just so intricate. They're so special to the game. And with No Man's Sky, I don't feel like they're special to the game. I feel like they're mostly the same.
Mm-hmm.
For me, No Man's Sky, when they added, now again, don't get me wrong, I love ground vehicles, but for me personally, when they added ground vehicles, it didn't ruin everything, but it sure changed things a lot. You used to have to go, like, there was a trading post off in the distance. You had to walk to it, and that was a journey. That was a story. There was something going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they added ground vehicles, more ground vehicles, and more ground vehicles, everything became way too fast-paced and easy to do. But at the beginning of No Man's Sky, you were forced to explore. You were forced to go to the planet and be immersed. And that doesn't exist as much anymore.
Most especially in survival mode, because in survival mode you have one shot to either fuel up your tank or use it all in one go.
So my final thought, final thing I want to say, No Man's Sky gives me something I never thought I'd ever see in a video game. It's beautiful. It's fantasy. It's amazing. It takes my breath away. Star Citizen does all of those things too. But Star Citizen makes me feel like I'm there. And I'm not here. It doesn't make me feel like I'm looking or playing. It makes me feel like I'm there. That's the difference.
All you need is to put your eyes onto the screen and put on a VR headset.
Oh, yeah, they're getting VR.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I need to get
Does
a
that
computer, and I
really
need to get
answer
one
it well,
now.
Yahucha?
It does, yeah. I played Star Citizen about maybe 3 years ago.
Ooh, so much different now.
Yeah. The one thing that kept me from wanting to keep playing is it felt like the ship controls were very, very difficult to learn.
Oh,
And
they've
when
gone
I
through
play-
like 8 different ship flight models since then. Now they've the one they have now is pretty simple. I mean, I'm Cobra. I can do it.
What about
Mr. Wrong Button
griefing? Like, if somebody kills you, another player kills you, is there a way to get away from them so you can,
Oh,
like
yeah.
after a day's work, I don't want to be stressed out in a game. I want to relax in a game.
Oh yeah, you can quad them, get the heck away from them. What's really good in the game, though, is it polices itself. If someone kills you or attempts to kill you, they become wanted. When they become wanted, I've got a org. We have 1,000 people that are part of my team, and we are hungry for in-game cash. And when somebody does something wrong, say to you, we get a mission to go murder that person, and when we murder him, he gets sent to prison in the game. So there is always people online who are looking to police it. The other day we got in we went to a place called Tram and Myers on Cellen. And that's a bad place for pirates. Pirates like to kill people there. So what we did, I took 20 people, and we guarded the place so that people can come in and trade safely.
Seriously?
Yep.
Dang.
I mentioned in global chat, I said Tram and Myers is safe. Come buy your diamonds. Come buy your Laranite. You can come in and leave safely.
Oh my gosh. And it'd be the cherry on the why was I about to say iceberg?
But yeah, you can play the game like a single player game. If you don't if you don't want to be seen by people, you'll rarely be seen by people.
Okay. I don't want to take I'll say this briefly because I don't want to take up your subcast with this, but after what happened in No Man's Sky with like what I saw happen after you left and went to Star Citizen, I kind of stopped playing. It seemed I don't know, I had this sense of like sadness or something when I was in the Kota area. There was nobody there anymore. And it's actually, I didn't realize this would happen. I didn't forecast this to happen within me, but it did make a change in me.
You cut off. Did he go away?
But
I'm sorry, John. For some reason, my Discord kicked me out.
Oh, okay.
No.
What was the last thing you heard? And
Something changed in you.
From there.
Something changed in you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like what changed in me was I've gone from being I feel like I don't want to feel that loneliness in a game like I feel in No Man's Sky. I just part of the cool thing about upgrading your ship or your equipment or making a base is to share that experience with other players, to say, look what I've accomplished, and then of course give them a platform to show you what they've accomplished, and you share those experiences together and build upon them together.
Yeah.
And work together to create things or to explore things or both. I don't get that in No Man's Sky because there's just not enough people playing it anymore. And I envision myself going to Star Citizen to join your group in Star Citizen. I think I would like the game.
I know you would.
But there's a couple of videos that I watched that you put out about Star Citizen that made me leery of it. Like, for example...
Which one?
Yeah, like there was one you put out where... And it doesn't mean your video was bad. It's just something I learned about the game through your video that kind of concerned me, which was your ship was destroyed by a player or maybe stolen by someone else. Stuff like that makes me feel like, wow, if I put all this time into this game when I'm, trying to relax after work and get away from the real world and be immersed in a game and spend all this time trying to achieve something like a ship or whatever, and then have a player come along and destroy it. How detrimental is that to your growth in the game? Do you have to spend another 50 hours trying to regain what you've lost, or is it pretty easy?
No. It depends on what you're doing. If you're trading and you had your ship full of cargo, yes, you're going to lose what you spent on that cargo. But if you're not going to be a trader and someone kills you, you're not going to lose anything. If they blow up your ship, you're not going to lose anything. As soon as you respawn at the space station you were last landed at, all you got to do is just call your ship again. That's it.
Oh, okay. I
So
took it
there's no
as...
insurance payment you have to make for the ship?
No. There's an expedite fee. Like some ships you have to wait 7 minutes for. But if you pay the expedite fee, it's like a minute. So, I mean, the expedite fee is only like 500 UEC. And to tell you how much I have right now, and I waste so much money in the game because I'm an org leader. I have over 1 million UEC in my bank. So I get
500 UEC is like, think a penny.
It's like a penny.
Well, maybe I will give it a try again. Only if, I don't know, I would maybe like to off on the side. I don't want to tie up the subcast
Yeah,
with it. But
and
maybe if you and
I hate
can,
to say this on this subcast, but listen, we are a big group of people. I have created a very large group, and we play every day together. We group up every day. We defend each other. We fight each other. We laugh with each other. We fly with each other. We watch sunsets with each other. It is the most amazing experience in my life. And I would be honored to have you with us.
all right. Well, I'll re-download it then, and maybe you and I can.
Yeah, Yaucha! All right. Sorry,
would like
sorry.
to-
I'm sorry.
Before I do that, though, I would like to maybe if you and I can talk, on the phone or whatever.
Yes.
Or through Discord, just one-on-one. Maybe plan together so I can meet with you in the game and, get my toes wet in the pool, so to speak.
Gotcha. Yep, we'll do that.
I know you're busy, so maybe that can't happen, but
No, I'll make it
Yeah.
happen. I'm taking a vacation next week if everything goes right.
okay.
Nice, very nice.
All right,
You
I'll
know,
send you a
Cobra.
tweet then.
And I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream on my vacation too. So,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
You
But yeah,
definitely
man.
count me in there.
Dude, I want to do a video taking you on a full tour of the entire place. I need you to clear
me?
your freaking calendar for like 10 hours. You got to give me 10 hours. That's not. I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but at least I'll be able to show you a handful of things. 10 hours.
I could work out 8 to 10 hours on a Saturday if we plan like 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
Gotcha.
So I'll connect with you on Twitter.
Okay. No.
Or
Yeah.
what's the better?
Twitter or Discord. Either one. Twitter.
Okay.
Do it on. Well, they're both on my phone now, so it's fine. Either one.
All right, I'll pick one. I'll send you a direct message either way. We'll get
Okay,
the ball
bud.
rolling.
All right.
Hey, Cobra.
Yeah.
I know that they don't have any plans to port it over to console as of yet. But do you know if they have any plans to make it available on a Mac at all?
Well, kind of. Look, there's a streaming service called Shadow,
Yep.
and people. There's a streamer. His name's Defango. He's in my org. He streams Star Citizen with Shadow, and it works beautifully. And you don't have to have a good computer to play it. You could have a crappy computer.
Well, I have an
You
awesome
can even
computer,
play
but
it
it's a
on
Mac.
your phone.
I don't do PC. I only do Mac.
Well, you'd be able to. I think you can't because you're installing the game on their server, right?
It's on their system now.
Yeah.
So as long as you can get
Because
Shadow.
you could play Star Citizen on a tablet if you had Shadow.
Interesting. Okay.
I
Let me
tried
look
to
into
play it
it.
on my phone for at one point.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to look into that, buddy.
Yeah.
I would do it myself, but there's a couple reasons why I can't. A, it's got a wait list for like the next month for activation, and the fee, the monthly or yearly fee it costs. It's a subscription thing. It's like 15 per month, or what is it, 12 per year, 12 a month for a year. Yeah, I mean I would do it myself, but yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, guys, to talk about Star Citizen so much.
Yeah, it's okay.
Look,
We just have to talk about No Man's Sky on the Star Citizen subcast.
when I backed Star Citizen, it was in 2015. And I didn't have a computer that was good enough to play it. And I was more interested in No Man's Sky because I was covering the game. I backed Star Citizen because I believed in its ambition. I wanted to see it happen. I knew that one day in the future, I'd be able to play it. I couldn't play it then. But I wanted to support something that was so ambitious. Just like I would have
And lo
backed
and
No
behold.
Man's Sky. I would have backed any other ambitious game. And then in the future, here I am. I'm able to play it. And I don't regret it at all. I love space games. I want to see, even if a game is ambitious but I don't like it, I want to see it succeed. If it's an ambitious sports game, if it's an ambitious fishing game, I don't care. I want to see it succeed because that technology, those ideas, they're going to push the gaming industry forward. So that's my story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So along
there's
those
an idea.
lines. Oh, go ahead.
There's one right there. If you guys want to check, there's Matterflow. That's links right there. We used to talk a lot. He has got an ambitious space game. So if anybody is interested, click on that dude's name, those little 3 dots there on the chat, and go check him out.
I'd be interested to see what happens with Starfield. Hopefully that ends up being a good game.
I hope so.
When Cobra says check him out, you'd be sorry if you didn't.
Yep. You would be sorry if you didn't go check out Matterflow. He's a developer, and he's making a very big space game.
Mm-hmm. Everything has a reason. Especially with Sean Murray and definitely with Cobra.
Yeah.
By the way, Cobra, I know you're not as much into No Man's Sky anymore, and I know you're trying to get back into it.
I am.
In that case, I think you would have no reason to deny this request.
What?
Bring back the Convergence.
I don't know, man. The last one was a bummer and didn't go off too well.
But this time,
This
I
time
know
what?
we have crossplay.
Yeah, I just don't think there's not enough excitement in the community as a whole for it right now.
You make a valid point there, considering there's no
What's
actual...
left in No Man's Sky community, I think, right now is hardcore day one players.
Mm-hmm. Sword included, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Sir Captain Steve.
No, for conversions or to even about the Kota hub. A little bit
Say
more.
that
Well,
again?
if we can't bring back the Convergence, at least welcome us or welcome our Star Citizen friends in No Man's Sky in the Kota hub. I think that'd be a fabulous idea.
Say that again?
If the Convergence cannot be completed, can we at least welcome our new our new Star Citizen friends, welcome them with open arms into the Kota hub? Or new hub?
I don't know. I don't. I don't know.
To get onto the Galactic. Bruh.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm gonna go ahead and step out now. I'm about to download Star Citizen,
Okay, buddy.
so I'm gonna shut down all my other programs so the download goes smooth. So have a good day, everybody, and Cobra, I'll be reaching out to you directly.
Okay, man. I will be in a private group tonight. So if you happen to jump on, send me a message. You've done a lot for me and my family, so you will always forever have like whatever role you need to always join anything.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, Yocha, just message me if you get in tonight.
Okay, cool. All right, take care, everybody.
All right, bye, bud.
Hi.
All right, bye-bye.
Did your
Oh, yeah.
Kota make it onto the Galactic Atlas?
Did we?
I think it did.
I was looking for it the other day. I couldn't spot it, but there's a lot of markers appearing. I submitted the NSA hub and it still appeared, so I wondered whether you had any joy with the Kota.
Yours appeared?
No, not yet, no. But I think that could be down toward this lockdown.
The last I checked, it did not appear. And it's been over a year.
Yeah.
So
I think the Galactic Atlas map
I don't think they're
might just
upkeeping
be a
it.
forgotten thing.
Yeah, I don't think somebody's at the helm. over there at the Galactic Atlas right now? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you do want to bring the Kota back up and stuff, I've got a base there. I'd happily Hoover people over and do some tours of bases in the Kota area.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like fun. Yeah, now that we can cross, I was getting ready to say, but I'm on PC now, but there's crossplay. So that's awesome. Yeah. All right.
No more excuses.
I've started my character all the way over on PC, so I'm trying to build my character up. I'm actually in the game right now. I'm on some ice planet that had like this liquid lake.
Are you in your ship right now, or is your character dead?
No, I'm in my ship. I went back into my ship.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Are you making the return of these Survivor episodes?
I was recording some earlier. Didn't finish it, but yeah, I started.
Not wanting to put any pressure on or ask too much, but when would the first episode be at?
When? Probably the week of my vacation next week.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Very near future.
What is today?
Noise.
Sunday? Yeah,
Yes.
today's Sunday. Yeah, so next week. Yep. It'll be out. The first episode will be out. I'm going to see if I can actually record more than one episode. That way I can just upload every other day or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well.
So, yeah. I am going to attempt to reach out to a friend who I think has a PS4. And I might be able to get access to that PS4. And be able to have fun with you guys, you know?
Yeah, that'd be fun, dude.
You
That'd
do,
be
Snow.
fun.
You've got me on Facebook. You can hit us up and we can both go over to the Kota and sort of have a look at our bases and see if they're under the ground or got power or dig them back up and resurrect them together.
That'd be a crazy video going back to the ghost town of Kota.
Oh, yes. Let's do that. We gotta do that.
That'd be creepy.
Hit me up, Snow. That done.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right,
Anyway,
guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for coming on the show,
Star
Steve.
Citizen.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you for getting me back on.
Yeah, man.
Buddy. Carol. Bye.
Bye.
Yes,
And
Commander.
Cobra,
Yes?
are you going to be doing the Star Citizen subcast soon as well?
No, not the subcast. No, I'm going in a private Patreon.
Oh,
Group.
right. Yeah, you did say you would do that.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays.
Right. Got
Yep,
it.
I stream for 5 hours a day, 5 hours or more a day, from Tuesday all the way to Sunday.
Dang. Well, yeah, that's that.
All right, guys. I'm going to close it
yeah.
down. Aaron, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, hey man, thanks for
It's
having
good
me.
hearing from you, dude.
Yeah, you as well. I'm glad things are going well with you, and I'll check out Shadow. Maybe I
Yeah,
can
do
join
that,
in.
man. Let me know. Keep me in the loop.
Yeah, of course, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. Bye, Snow. It's good hearing from you, buddy. Hope everything turns out okay for you.
I hope so too, man. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a
I
heck
bet.
of a ride, but
I bet.
it's going to even out.
All right. Good night, Sword. I mean, good night, Snow.
So hard.
Always do that.
Sometimes
Good-
see you
Wrong
later,
button. That's not a wrong button. It's a wrong word.
Good night, Snow.
See you, Cobra.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it down for today. It was really fun just getting together and just chatting just about random things. I'm sorry about all the Star Citizen talk. I didn't mean to do that. I was asked. I didn't really bring it up except for the one time when I told you about the incident. So I'm sorry about all those mentions there. We'll try and do a better job. We'll get into the game. I think it would make a really cool video going back to the Kota and taking a look at the ghost town. What do you guys think? As always, love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for the donations, Demok and Peaceful Traveler. I do appreciate that a lot. If you guys ever need anything, let me know. And yes, Matterflow. Guys, I'm telling you, subscribe to Matterflow. Go check out that channel right now. You will not be sorry. You will not be sorry. It's another space game. All right. Good night, everybody. Where's the button to leave? Space nerds together. Yep, that's right, Phil. 100%, buddy.